Hello, my loves. So we are doing something new. We're doing a soul plate series. And what a soul plate series is, it's where I share small bites with you of stuff that's fed me so that we can feed our mind, our bodies, our spirits, our emotions, our community, and we can feed ourselves healthier so we can become the healthiest version of ourselves. And so we're always eating, right? We're always eating. Whether you're physically always eating or mentally always eating, we're always being fed things from social media to TV to commercials, even driving down the street. They have billboards. They're constantly feeding us something. And so this is a place where we get back in control of what we're being fed. And we say, no, you're not going to feed my mind just everything. You're not going to just feed my spirit everything. And I'm not just going to feed my body anything. I'm going to feed stuff that nourish my soul. So that's where we are. And we're going to start off with we're going to do small bites. There's going to be small bites here and there. And our first bite is going to be our spiritual bite. So what happened with the spiritual bite this week was I just came back from the AMAs. I was working the AMAs, and one of the people I was working with, she noticed that I'm a snacker. Like, I'm always snacking on stuff while I'm working. And so she was like, you're a snacker. So in my quiet time when I was talking to God, that kind of came back up in my thoughts. And so I was like, and God was like, yeah, you're constantly snacking. You snack all the time. And he was like, you need to be in control of what you snack on because you're scrolling too much. And scrolling can be like all of the fast food joints on every corner. And so you're just allowing whatever and whoever wants to feed you crap. And he was like, you need to control that. And so I was like, okay. And so he was like, you need to control what you have. Just like in my car, I have healthy snacks. I have car food, and I have healthy snacks that prevent me from going to those fast food places or, places that have the junky vegan food. I need to have that for my spirit and my mind, my emotions, and for my community. So I was convicted on what I have that's around me, that's in my hand's reach. So I'll have books and podcasts and things set up now to make sure that I'm feeding my soul things that nourish my soul, nourish my mind and my spirit, So that was our spiritual bite. So I hope that it helps you as much as it helped me. It convicted me. I'm not trying to convict you, but it convicted me. Now, my loves, we're going to do our physical bite. We're going to make some ginger ale. The ginger ale that you buy in the store is full with sugar. Sugar is what we're all addicted to that we need to let go of. It's why we have most of the ailments that we have in our bodies. So I'm going to teach you how to make a quick ginger ale that you control the sugar that's going into your body and the bodies of your family members, the people you love, okay? So first what we're going to do is we're going to grate some ginger. And you can do this with a regular grater, but I've been having food processors all my life, and they always come with a little grater thing. I just started using them last week or the week before. That's crazy. I never use it. So sometimes we have things that make our life easier and we don't use them. So think about that too. That could be a mental bite as well. How many things you have in your life that can make your life easier that you don't use? I'm just saying. Okay, I'm gonna grab the food processor because we trying to work smarter and not harder. So let's move some things around. I'm gonna move this down here for now. We're gonna move this. Okay, we're gonna put our little food processor up. We're gonna plug her up into our jackery here. Let's turn it on. That might help. There we go. Okay, so here's the little part right here. If you had this in there and it's still in the box and you just been using your food processor without it, here's the thing. It helps you. It can grate anything. All of your root vegetables, your ginger, all of that, okay? All right, so we're gonna put that on there, and then let me grab a knife real quick, okay? We'll put on a couple gloves. Let's do that. There we go. Oh, y'all see me? I'm embracing my cowboy Carter. Y'all see that? Y'all see me? Oh, I'm gonna slow down. Y'all see me? I think I'm cute. All right, anyway. All right, let's get back to it. Okay, let's see. If this thing is not sharp as nothing. Oh, okay, we can work with it. Okay, so we're just gonna grate our we're gonna grate it and get the skin off real quick. Get the skin off, and you can use as much ginger as you like. I got ginger, so I'm probably gonna use all of this. Normal person that just like ginger a little bit, probably just gonna use one little hunk, okay? But I'm probably gonna use every bit of this because me and ginger have a very passionate love affair. Love affair I used to have with cheese has been replaced with ginger and garlic. So there we go. All right. Okay. And ginger is good for what, you guys? Y'all know how good ginger is for you? It's good for inflammation. It helps with digestion. It helps with what else? Bad breath. Helps with a lot of things. So ginger is like one of your superfoods. You want to have it in just about everything, and it just makes your food taste so good and fresh as well. Okay, I'm gonna tell myself again. So you know, all the time that I've been drinking ginger ale, I've been drinking ginger ale growing up, I didn't realize that ginger ale really had ginger in it. Ain't that crazy? That's so crazy. I was like, oh, it's made with real ginger? I felt like somebody needs to pop me up in the back of my head, because how did I not know that? It's called ginger ale. That's crazy. I was just like, oh, it was just like another option for 7-Up, or like if they didn't have 7-Up at the store, they have Sprite, then I would get ginger ale. But I never thought that there was real ginger in it. That's crazy. Crazy. Sometimes we just be doing stuff. Don't know why, don't know what's in it. That's crazy. So usually in your ginger ale, in the store-bought ginger ale, the first ingredient is usually your sugar. It's the water content and then your sugar. So you definitely don't want that. You want to control that, how much sugar you're actually putting in your body and what kind of sugar you're putting in your body. Like for me, I am a plant-based eater, but I still consume honey. I know that's a whole big no-no and debate in the vegan community, but I believe honey is still medicine. So I consume honey, but because people are so funny with honey, I don't do any honey in any of the items in my daddy's recipes. But we, vegan chef Nekia at home, we are consuming that, and we get it usually from a honey farm, a local honey farm. I used to get it from the farmers market over at Hollywood Farmers Market.
Why do you consider honey?
Honey is so good for you. It helps. Like my grandmother used to make me a cough syrup, and she used to put honey in it, and I could be having some kind of crazy hoofing cough, and she would put honey, she would put, dang it, what else was in there? Dang it, I don't know what all she put in there. I think it was baking soda. It was I think it was ginger. I can't remember what all she put in it, but when I tell you my throat would be hurting and I'd be coughing and I'd be like, it hurt so bad. Once I took whatever that is that she mixed up with that honey, it soothed my throat so quickly, and I would be able to rest and go to sleep, because you know that's when you heal, is when you rest. And if you're up coughing all night, you can't rest and your body can't heal. So that's one of the reasons. But honey is so good for you, especially Manuka honey. There's so many different properties, and I don't want to miss any, but look up Manuka honey and it's so good for you. All right, so we almost done. I'm gonna do this last little piece here, and then we're gonna put it into our food processor and get that grated. Grating it just makes it more gingery. You can also just chop this into little cubes. You can chop it into little cubes and put it in there. If you're not a big ginger fan and you don't want it necessarily grated, you know what? I don't think I brought the thing. I didn't bring my my cheesecloth. I didn't bring my cheesecloth to strain the ginger. So we're gonna do it the other way. There's always more than one way to get it done. So we're gonna go ahead and chop it just like I was going to tell you to do. Okay? So you can just chop it into your little cubes here. Chop your ginger up into little cubes here. Okay? Just little small little cubes. And like I said, if you want it real gingery, you're gonna get more ginger in there if you grate it. It'll be more gingery when you grate it. So we're just gonna cut it up into small little cubes. I thought that was a dog, y'all. I was about to run. Okay.
Ginger in his eyes.
Yeah. But we're outside too, because I mean it's barely any sun out here, but sometimes you want to do a little something outside, because melanated people, we should have anywhere from an hour to 2 hours of sun a day, so we can get that vitamin D. And most of us are deficient in our vitamin D, so you want to go ahead and, you know, do some things like, don't do everything indoors. Get outside. Get a little vitamin D. It'll make you feel better. It'll make you more energized. It'll make your skin prettier. Okay, so we're just gonna cut these all up like this. Then we're gonna do some water. And you're just kind of making a little concentrated ginger tea or something like that. That's kind of what you're making. And you can keep this in your refrigerator for like a week and a half and just keep it in there. And then whenever you want to actually have the ginger ale, you can just put a little bit in there, add your sparkling water, your sparkling mineral water in there, and your sweetener of choice, and you are good to go. All right, so those are small enough. So we got a nice amount of ginger here. So we're just gonna take this ginger, we're gonna put it in our pot. And then we're gonna take a cup here, and I'm just gonna add, this is about 4 cups. It's 32 ounces here. So this is 4 cups. Okay, we got 4 cups here. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna put 4 cups of water in here. There we go. And now we're gonna turn on our stove top. Okay. Actually, I can move this because we're not gonna use it anymore. So I'm gonna move this out our way, okay? Give me a second. There we go. Take this over here. Put this down here. There we go. So there we are. So we're gonna bring this to a boil. That's pretty much what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring that to a boil. And while we're waiting for that to boil, we might as well get to our next bite. So while we're waiting for this to boil, let's get into our next bite. That's going to be our mental bite. So our mental bite is something that I'm doing is I committed to reading a book of like 3 pages, 1 to 3 pages, depending on how tired I am, because sometimes I'm exhausted. 1 to 3 pages of a book that I am interested in or I'm reading. Usually I'm reading somewhere between 2 to 3 books at a time. And so I've committed myself to reading 1 to 3 pages, which is not a lot. Most of the time I end up reading more than that, but I'm committed to 1 to 3 pages a night. So I'm a sapiosexual, and that means I'm attracted to intelligent people. And so that being said, I want to fall more in love with me. So not only do I want to be attracted to other people who are intelligent, I want to make sure that I am feeding that part of my body, my intellect, my brain. I want to be feeding myself so that I am falling more in love with myself every single day. So it's kind of like a little nightcap with myself, something where I'm kind of stimulating my own self and stop not only looking outward for that attraction, but looking inward and becoming the person that I am attracted to. And then therefore I will attract who I am. So that is our mental bite for the day. How are we doing over here? It looks like we might be trying to do a little something. It's a little warm. It's getting there. All right, we're still waiting on her to boil. She's not quite ready yet, but we're going to get into our community bite. So in business, things go wrong sometimes. Life be lifing. Sometimes people's order get there later. Sometimes, things happen, and I always want to let my customers know that I realize that we messed up. Something happened. And I want to make it right with them. So I usually will offer a percentage off on their next order, or I'll send them just a little something to say, you know what, I'm sorry. Don't take your love back from me. Don't take it back. I'm human. But I'll offer a little something, and most of the time I'll offer something from my business because that's most cost efficient. But when money is, when God is blessing, what I'll do is I'll buy something up from another Black-owned business, and I'll gift that customer something from another Black-owned business. What that does, y'all, is it recycles our Black dollar. One. Two, it introduces that customer to another Black-owned business that they can support, that I think they might fall in love with, you know? And it just, as a community, we cannot grow if we do not sow into our community. So, want me to say that again? I'm gonna run that back. We cannot grow as a community if we do not sow into our community. So that's one of the things I do on a consistent basis to help grow my community. So there we go. That's a healthy bite for our community. And then lastly, we can put all good stuff in us, but if we do not eliminate, if we do not poop some stuff out, we're gonna not be healthy. We're not gonna be healthy. So our segment here is called SHIT, stuff holding in toxins. So what is that stuff holding in toxins that you are keeping in that you need to eliminate out? You need to eliminate out of your life. One for me is too little too late. Sometimes I thought that I would be at a different place in my life at this age that I am. And truth is, I'm not where I thought I would be, but I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And my message is not on geriatrics. It is not too late. It is not buried. It's well and alive. And there's someone that needs to hear from me, that needs to learn from me, that needs to be loved on by me. And I am exactly where I am supposed to be. And so I'm not going to let age lie to me. Because age be lying to you. You be saying all kind of crazy stuff in your ear, but I am going to poop that mess out and eliminate that and know that I am exactly where I'm supposed to be, exactly where God wants me to be, and I am making the impact that I am supposed to leave. So there we go. What you pooping out? All right, so we've been boiling for a minute, so now we're gonna let it cool a little bit and just kind of let it simmer for a minute. So what we're gonna do, oh, I need another one of these. Hold on, I got it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is you could let this simmer for hours or however you want to do it, but we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna take this spoon. Hold on, let me put this down and kind of put it in there like that. If a couple pieces go in there, so what? That's just gonna make it more gingery. So we got it in there like that, and then you would just let this cool. You would let it cool, and then the next step, you want to I want to go to lemon in mine. So if you want to go lemon or go mint, however you want to do your ginger ale, you make it that way. So you would wash your lemon, of course, so you don't have any craziness going on in your ginger ale. And then we're going to go ahead and you can do everything else in your cup. You don't have to, you can save this as your concentrated ginger tea, put a top on it, put it in your refrigerator. It'll last for a couple weeks in there. And whenever you're ready, just put a little, what you're going to do is, I got a little lemon in there. Okay. And then, so I'm going to go ahead and put about that much in there. It would be cool because you would have let it cool, right? And then whatever mineral water of your choice that you're using, you just go, don't shake it up. All right, so we know it's not flat. That's what we do know. All right, so then you're gonna put there you go, in there. Look at there. That's your ginger ale. Let me care. And then we're gonna go ahead and put our sweetener of choice in there. And you put how much you want in there. I'm gonna start with a little top full and see what happens there. Ooh. There you go. You know what? If you wanted to do something to make this even prettier, what you could do is put a little blue pea powder in there, and that could make it blue, and then that can be all special. Or you could put a little beet powder in there and make it red. So these are different ways that you can dye your drink and make it really pretty, and without putting toxins in your drink or your food, and make it fun for the kids. You could even, if you're not doing the kids and you feel like having an adult drink, you could take your ice cubes. Well, you can put a little whatever you would like to put in there. I probably would put some rum, put a little bit of rum, and you can take your ice cubes and you can take the rest of your ginger that you grated, put it in the ice cube so it can be cute, put a little lemon, put a little mint leaves in there, and now you got a cute little ice cube in your drink, and there you go. Or you can do it as a mocktail and have that look beautiful as well. Okay, so let's stir it up. You hear it sizzling, so there you go. You got your bubbly. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. That's perfect for me. I don't need a lot of sweetener, but you probably would want another capful, but this is perfect for me. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. So that was our soul plate for the day. I'm a toast to you and you becoming the healthiest version of yourself. And remember, it just takes small bites of wellness. Just take small bites and give yourself grace as you're becoming the healthiest version of you. And remember, today and always, season everything you do with love. Put the right stuff in and eliminate the other stuff out, okay? Peace. Love you. Toast.